The Aperol Spritz is brilliant, but in my opinion, it's not the only spritz worth making. So here in this video, I'm going to show you 3 spritzes that I think are even better, but they're just as easy to make. Now stay tuned, because after the 3rd spritz, I'm going to show you some fun and easy alternative ways to liven up your spritzes. Now the first spritz is going to be a Hugo. Now for me, I think this predates the Aperol Spritz, certainly in popularity, because we were banging out Hugos in the early 2000s, where I don't recall the Aperol Spritz being really asked for until sort of the mid to late 2010s. Now, the Hugo was popularised by Saint-Germain. Saint-Germain is an elderflower liqueur, various other elderflower liqueurs out there. If you're going to use an elderflower cordial and elderflower syrup, just be mindful that they're going to be slightly sweeter. So you kind of need to balance to your own ratios. For spritzes, I think there's no hard and fast rule here. The Aperol certainly claim it's like a 1-2-3 ratio. So 1 part soda, 2 parts Aperol, 3 parts Prosecco, champagne, whatever you're going to use. I think it's very much up to you. I sort of fluctuate depending on the sweetness. Like Saint-Germain is a little bit sweeter than Aperol, so I kind of go more soda than Saint-Germain, but it is completely up to you here, really. So I'm going 30ml, 1 ounce of this gorgeous elderflower liqueur. Then we're just simply going to whack in just a little bit of soda water. I'd probably, because of the sweetness, I'd probably go twice the amount of soda to Saint-Germain in this. And then this is where I kind of do this now. This is mint. We want just not too much, but a few mint leaves just in the palm of your hand. Just give them a quick little spank and just pop them in your glass. And then we're going to simply top up with your fizzy of choice, whether it's Prosecco, whether it's Cava, whether it's champagne. That is beautiful, floral. I actually do really like elderflower and Prosecco, to the point I'm never going to order it, but I would quite happily drink it. It's not, I always say champagne Prosecco is not my drink of choice. Stay tuned for the end of the video for ways I would potentially drink this, but I can't deny that is going to sell by the bucket load. That's delicious. Now for your second spritz, I think this is very much going to be the summer of limoncello spritzes. Over the past sort of tail end of summer last year, limoncello just became huge in its own right, and in spritzes more limoncellos came to market. The popularity of limoncello just grew and grew and grew, and it's just a natural kind of low replacement for an Aperol Spritz, and it's absolutely delicious. Now this isn't limoncello, this is just something I've got. This is from Australia. It's actually made, it's a botanical aperitivo, but very much like lemony forward, but it's actually made with wild lemon myrtle. Okay, so you know, your favorite limoncello of choice. I'm actually going to go at 1-2-3 ratio for this, so I'm actually going for 60ml, 2 ounces. So 60ml of your limoncello, that means I'm just going 30ml of soda water, and then roughly 90ml of your champagne or Prosecco or Cava or whatever you're using. Equally as delicious. I really like that sort of lemony citrus note. It just goes beautifully with that Prosecco note as well. The soda's there, just sort of lightens up. I much prefer that to an Aperol Spritz. I know that's not a limoncello, but you'd get a similar sort of vibe. That thing is incredible. Love that. Now for your third spritz, I'm really excited about this product. I've got no idea who owns it, who's bringing it to market here in the UK, and whether it's going to go worldwide. I've mentioned this a couple of times on my channel over the last few months. This is Sarti Rosa. Think Aperol, but it's a mango, passion fruit and blood orange alternative to Aperol. So it's got that Aperol sort of bitterness, but it's got that tropical fruitiness to it with that blood orange note. As I say, I've got no idea who's bringing this to market, but if they have got the marketing budget here in the UK, this could really rival Aperol here, certainly. But rest of the world, I have no idea. On their website, they are very much traditional Aperol, so 1-2-3. So I am actually going 60ml, 2 ounces of this Sarti Rosa Spritz. And I've already used this quite a bit in hen party cocktail masterclasses, and they absolutely love it. Then 30ml, 1 ounce of soda water, and then just top up with your Prosecco, Cava, or whatever fizz you are using. Oh, it's so good. Tropical notes off that. I love my tropical fruits anyway. Mango, passion fruit, all those sort of tropical fruits, love. But that blood orange, and obviously the bitterness that you kind of get from the Aperol, kind of really works there. My favourite of these three is still that limoncello kind of vibe in a spritz, but that is going to do some damage this summer. I know it is. So I mentioned at the top of the video, I'm going to showcase some fun and easy ways to kind of make your spritzes more interesting. And let's start with that soda, the plain soda that I've been using here. Now, to bartenders, this would be pretty obvious, but to a lot of people, they kind of forget about this sort of stuff. Just think, this is Fever Tree, really easy to get here in the UK, and I believe quite easy to get around the world now. They've got a lot of different flavoured sodas in their range. Remember, when it comes here in the UK at least, when they say soda on there, they're kind of unsweetened. So they have got this sort of unsweetened taste to them. In the UK, in the US, when you're talking about sodas, you're talking about Coke and Fanta and all that sort of stuff. We're not talking about that here. We're talking about unsweetened to a certain extent here. The blood orange is kind of one of those sodas that I do for cocktail masterclasses with that Sarti. That is a great addition there. But you've got the white grape and apricot. You've got the Mexican lime there with yuzu. It's called something different, slightly different in the US, but the same thing. There are so many different ways you can go with sodas. But what about if you don't like Prosecco or Cava? Well, I've got two riffs for you. The first one that I absolutely love doing, pay no attention to the brand, but it's just cider. You've got your sort of original apple cider. You could go pear cider like Perry, or you could go fruit ciders. Yes, they're slightly lower in ABV than your champagne Prosecco, but they do give you a lovely taste, especially if you do like your ciders. Aperol with a normal cider, Aperol with a berry cider is incredible if you're an Aperol stalwart, but any of those, like the Hugo would be incredible with the normal apple and elderflower. What's not to love about that? But we can go maybe one better. Now, these have been off my radar for a good few years. I think to a certain extent, I've been not wanting to get involved in them because I don't really kind of see the point of them, but they've been around now for a few years. They're not going anywhere. They're hard seltzers, but of course, to us here in the UK, obviously the US, it translates really well, hard seltzer. But here in the UK, just think of these as alcoholic soda waters. And these are just great. I've done a couple of videos with the mango and the passion fruit with like coconut rum and things like that as well. These just work. And there's another 3 or 4 flavors here in the UK that I know of. These are just great alternatives here. The watermelon, wherever that is, think watermelon with that Sarti. Think, what should we go for? The raspberry with that elderflower, the Hugo. Incredible kind of riffs. There are so many different ways to make a spritz these days. You don't just have to go plain soda and champagne, Prosecco or Cava.